Good evening. Today is April the 1st. And my video today is going to be Disciples to Apostles. We were doing a Bible study with some dear friends and brothers and sisters that we've been doing this for years. And started shortly after the first of the year that we started studying the life of Jesus, his teachings, and what his life involved. And we're winding down now because of, Resurrection Day, his crucifixion and such. Anyway, in the process, we were going through some of the Gospels and came across where the disciples became apostles. And now, I have not been doing this that long. In my eyes, I'm still fairly new at studying the Bible. But there was many of them there that had been studying for years and years and years. And none of us had caught that. And, the more I study the Bible, I really believe, I don't know that we will ever know all of it until we go to heaven. Anyway, with that being said, I found that it's seen in the Gospels where Jesus sends out the 12 apostles with specific instructions and authority to preach, heal, and cast out demons. Mark 6, verse 7 through 13, Matthew 10, verse 1 through 5, and Luke 9, 1 through 6. The most definitive transition of the disciples to apostles occurs after the resurrection. And, the way it jumped out, I don't know how in the world I had missed that. But not the first time. Like I say, there's so much in there to dig out when you start going through God's Word. The transition of the disciples into apostles occurs in two distinct points. During Jesus' ministry, initially they are formally commissioned as apostles, meaning one who is sent during his earthly ministry, when Jesus gives them the authority to preach, heal, and cast out demons, as recorded in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. But the most definitive transition, however, happens after his resurrection. During the Great Commission, Matthew 28, verse 16 through 20, where the risen Jesus sent the 11 remaining disciples to spread his teachings to all nations. While the term was used somewhat interchangeably while Jesus was alive, they were fully designated as the 12 apostles following his final commission to witness his following his final commissioning to witness his resurrection and establish the church. So the first commission during Jesus' ministry is when he sent the 12 out to preach the gospel in Galilee. The final was after the resurrection, when they were sent to make disciples of all nations. So the key distinction is all apostles were disciples, but only a select group of 12, and later Matthias and Paul, were appointed with the specific authority to be sent as emissaries. I thought that was so interesting. And like I said, how we missed it, I have no idea, but, learning every day. And it reminds me one more time of Jesus. His birth, life, and death fulfilled over 300 prophecies. The odds that he would fulfill just 8 is 1 in 1 trillion. That would be like covering the state of Texas in silver dollars 2 feet deep with one marked and them all mixed up. So, something to think about. Have a blessed day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Love y'all.